Welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, where we aim to provide journalists with an update on the latest developments at the court and the opportunity to ask questions. In the case of Piotr Shala, an appeals hearing has been scheduled for next Thursday and Friday, the 15th and the 16th of May, 2025. On Thursday, the court will convene from 1:30 in the afternoon until 17:10. On Friday, the session will take place in the morning, starting at 10 a.m. During the appeals hearing, the presiding judge is expected to make introductory remarks, followed by oral submissions from the defense, the Specialist Prosecutor's Office, and Victims' Counsel. In an order issued on the 5th of May, the appeals panel laid out a number of issues which the parties may choose to address during their submissions at the hearings. Piotr Shala was convicted by the trial panel of the war crimes of arbitrary detention and murder on the 16th of July 2024 and sentenced to 18 years of imprisonment, with credit for time served. The trial panel issued a reparations order in respect to the 8 participating victims in the case on the 29th of November 2024, ordering Mr. Shala to pay a sum of 208,000 euros as compensation for the physical, mental, and material harm inflicted on the victims of the crimes for which he was convicted. Mr. Shala appealed his conviction, his sentence, and the reparations order. The upcoming hearing is expected to be about his appeal against the judgment and against the sentence. In the trial of Hashim Thaçi, Kadri Veseli, Recep Salimi, and Jakub Krasniqi, the trial panel on the 2nd of May denied a request by the Veseli defense to appeal 2 earlier decisions by the judges on the admissibility of evidence. The trial panel found that the probative value of the tendered items was not outweighed by any prejudice to the accused. On the 2nd of May, Victims' Counsel submitted 2 expert reports and requested for them to be admitted into evidence. One report addresses the psychological harm suffered by the victims participating in these proceedings. The other assesses the material harm the victims suffered. Victims' Counsel also asked for the relevant expert reports from the trials against Salim Mustafa and Piotr Shala to be admitted into evidence, given that they also concern victims participating in the Thaçi et al. War crimes case. In a recent status conference, the judges ordered Victims' Counsel to be prepared to present their case in July of this year. In the case of Hashim Thaçi, Bashkim Smakai, Fadil Fazliu, Isni Kilay, and Hayreddin Kutsi, on the alleged influencing of witnesses, the pretrial judge denied a request by the Smakai defense to appeal her earlier decision on Smakai's request for a stay of proceedings, because the request was filed after the relevant deadline. In her latest decision, the pretrial judge also explained that even if the application had been submitted on time, the request to appeal would not have been granted because the first and second issues raised by the defense in its request merely expressed a disagreement with the judge's earlier decision, while the third issue raised by the defense involved a clear misrepresentation of the judge's earlier decision. In other news, on Friday the 2nd of May, Judge Kenneth Roberts informed Specialist Chambers President Ekaterina Trendafilova that he would be stepping down from the roster of international judges due to time constraints and competing priorities. President Trendafilova expressed her appreciation for Judge Roberts' contribution to the Specialist Chambers legal framework.